Hey everyone, it's Liam Cattison here as we continue with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode number 8 of season 7. Yeah, they're doing a very, very good job with this final season. It's just been one hell of a ride, and yeah, we've still got a bunch of episodes left to go. It's sad, like we've got, like, what, 5 episodes left to go? So yeah, the sadness is starting to hit, but it's been a very, very amazing season so far. We've had some very somber moments. We've had some. I think I would describe last week's episode balls to the wall. Like, we've had nuts moments throughout this season, and yeah, last week was just really great stuff because we had that drop of sincerity, but also that mixture of just craziness. It was just really amazing to see Deke and Mac progress their friendship, and yeah, it's been a couple of years since they last saw the S.H.I.E.L.D. team, so we have May and Yo-Yo going to retrieve them, so I'm really excited to see the adventures continue within the 80s. So yeah, I'm really excited to continue this episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So with that said, let's get into episode number 8 of season 7. Let's go.
To the same latitude and longitude, Fitz always placed us in specific locations.
Good on Fitz, but something we can't handle at the minute.
How much time? How much?
It's
A couple
September.
of months. Which is not
You got a
bad.
pattern now? Because I'm going either way. I've lost Mac for years.
Oh, Yo-Yo.
Welcome back, everyone.
See? Just a snap.
So
Hey, the
what's
day
wrong?
before my birthday, just 10 years prior. Well, 11 years prior. Oh, that's a brilliant. Oh my god. Fancy.
Water. If they keep getting smaller,
We sink.
metaphorically, yes. For us, that means a jump within a jump, which leads to... Honestly, I have no idea.
I don't want to think about it.
Teacher and I are on the same page.
Jaying is at Afterlife. If anyone knows how to cure inhuman powers, it's her.
Can we get there in time?
Are we going to see Jaying?
Well, you could make it if you leave before the next jump.
Oh, it's just so eerie because Susan's here, and if you watch Dollhouse, you get an idea what I'm talking about.
And a countdown.
Yeah, but
Do it.
I think those three were there as well when Coulson was appeared in the finale of last season as well.
Couldn't wait till I was all here.
Things are pretty dire right now.
You and Max, reunion from outside the room.
May, that's horrible.
It wasn't all bad.
Invasive. You feeling what I'm feeling is just gonna stress the both of us out even more.
A negative emotion feedback loop, I'm well aware.
Cure them.
You shouldn't have come here.
Oh my god, it's so... This is all so nostalgic, seeing Gordon, Afterlife. And this gal! Oh boy.
This is a diviner. Humans die if they touch it. But inhuman.
She's just like, welp. Had this fancy speech prepared and...
Oh. It's a prosthetic.
It's none of your concern.
Why? What did you do to her?
Oh shit! Ooh! Yo-Yo had a moment that... Go on, May, though!
I was curious to see if your friend made any progress. Seems not.
Be able to cut the power to the time drive now. Stand back. There's gonna be a big surge of electricity. Electricity's dangerous, so... Do I look like a Neanderthal to you?
Spent time with a tribe of Neanderthals. Agent Sousa does not resemble one. He lacks the characteristic brow ridges.
Can we just push the button, please?
Enoch, we love you.
Sorry, Elena, but your problem isn't physical. It's in your mind.
Like a placebo?
So that's it? That's your theory? I'm not making this up. This is real.
The fact that
No,
it's
I
psychological
mean-
doesn't make it any less real.
Is that whiskey?
Take it easy.
And if so, I want a lot of it.
May's a mood.
Dirt. But at this point, I'll try anything.
Do I have to be
Not my
this close
Friday
to her
night
face?
From what
material.
you described, physical contact makes the connection stronger.
Stealing from you is embarrassment. If physical contact will help, I have an idea.
Get a
Please
attacker,
tell me you're
trainer.
not gonna spoon.
Yeah, there we go. Training. I had a feeling. Although, Yo-Yo's comments may have encouraged some mayo shipping.
I like it.
Now I want you to try and beat me.
Back at the oh, shh.
That was a tough call.
I barely had time to think. I acted on impulse.
But did you regret it?
I didn't know.
Oh man, this is really powerful.
We're finally
Going.
getting somewhere.
You ever jumped out of an airplane before?
Twice. Though I only had a parachute the second time.
Yeah. We don't want to
Maybe I can
remember
do that
episode
stuff,
6
yeah?
of season
I
1.
thought you should have this.
First
I
time
put
I
it together
cried.
after you came on board. Prosthetics have come a long way since the 1950s.
Oh what? Oh wow!
I was unfair to you back in '73.
No.
Parece que hay un ladrón aquí, ¿eh?
She zips there.
Me voy por lo que es mío.
Oh man.
That's not always a bad thing. I think the point of this ridiculous exercise is to forgive yourself for it.
It makes sense as well. Like, and it's really beautiful getting an insight into Yo-Yo's character, but heartbreaking as well. Oh, that was a quake. Oh my god, you!
Cora, you don't have to die today.
I'm deadly. I can't control my gift.
Well, who says you have to? Let it out. No,
Don't join the dark side.
no feeling like.
Oh, please can this be so... Just blow this bitch out of
Friends and I
the...
are
Like...
about to go make.
Fitz,
Oh,
I don't
no!
know if you'll ever get this. But the mission hasn't exactly gone as planned. I'm not sure why we lost contact when I rescued the team from Izel's temple, but... space.
Can't keep you
It's never
apart.
stopped us before.
Oh, my... It's of its heart.
And I won't stop trying. I love you.
Sweetheart. Sweetheart, remember when I would read you stories till you fell asleep? What would I always say at the beginning?
I'm not a child anymore.
I'd say some stories have witches and dragons and bad men, and I will always protect you from all of it.
So try to get her on our side, please.
I'm sorry, she's beyond help.
Lee, no, stop!
Oh my god!
Out there.
She made her choice. But that man with her, Nathaniel, he's our enemy too.
So that was her
We won't let
daughter.
you fight this battle alone.
We'll send coordinates to that watch when we're ready to meet.
You
I
should
kind of
find
had a
some place
feeling
to
with the
hide
way
until
that
then.
May
There are
was
a few places we
reacting
could
to
try.
I'm sorry you
Jane.
didn't find what you were looking for here.
About to save the day like everyone hoped.
Yo-Yo, it was never all on you. The team could have found another solution in the last 2 days.
May, they've only had 20 minutes.
Damn it. Right.
Wibbly wobbly. Ooh, that's cutting it close there.
Bounce back.
You'll bounce back. Always have.
You always
Maybe I'm
do.
not supposed to.
What is it?
I don't have to bounce back.
One girl! Yes! Yes! Our girl's back! Our girl bounced forward! Your girl is a treasure, Mac.
Hey, you play the drums by any chance?
I can keep tempo.
I'd have Enoch on, oh god, on the Deke squad.
It didn't work.
Oh lord.
Something new.
What's that?
Anarchy?
Can I just punch him in his face? I want to punch him in the face. I hate him. Hate him. That was great, that episode. Like, especially touching up about Yo-Yo and her past and having layers of that guilt, that, like, heartache. Especially since the memory of her, like, uncle shooting kind of does, like, replicate her powers. Like, because she zipped back to the necklace and, yeah. So intertwine that with the guilt she's been feeling with Ruby, with Davis. It's yeah. There's going to be so much on her mind that it breaks your heart. So I really loved going into Yo-Yo's character in this episode and just getting an insight about what she's feeling as well as what she's been through. It's just really great stuff. But yeah, the bit about Cora was good. I kind of had a feeling that they were kind of leading the daughter path as well when when Jia-Ying was trying to comfort her and sway her back to the light. And May reacted to her warning like, wait, so yeah. But that's it now. Like, the Sybil's, like, I guess, recruits are getting stronger now that they've got Cora, who's immensely powerful, so yeah. But that was a really, really really good episode, though. I really liked it, and where are we heading to next? Ooh. I just want Fitz to appear. Please. It was such a good episode, though. Like, I really loved going into more Yo-Yo's story, especially regarding not just something that like that's happened in her past that she holds so much regret over, but also kind of an explanation to why she's freezing in place, because her mind was preventing her from being able to use her abilities. It wasn't down to the strike. So I'm glad it was a more humane explanation to why she wasn't able to do something like this, because this is it. Like we saw in those flashbacks when May and Yo-Yo were sparring, that there's a lot of regret and heartache that Yo-Yo is going through. Like, there's so much guilt going through her body because of what she's had to endure in the last couple of seasons, especially. So it was really good to have that bit of explanation to not just to explain why she wasn't able to use her powers. It was more of a mind thing and a more humane reaction rather than something that happened because of an alien infecting her body. So yeah, but it was also great now that she has got her powers back. But furthermore, something, because I was in the midst of celebrating the fact that our girl has her powers back, but it's even bigger than that. Like, the fact that she's able to not, like, she can go basically full speedster now. She doesn't zip back. That's an important thing to pick up upon, that she doesn't zip back now. She can keep moving forward. So yeah, she doesn't need to bounce back, she needs to bounce forward, and that she is able to do so now, because she didn't zip back when she stopped the drive from like when she like kind of powered down the drive. So yeah, so that was a very, very progressive thing for her character, that not only have we kind of made a step in terms of exploring a bit more of her character and what was going on with her powers, but now she's able to move forward. So that'll be pretty interesting to see that utilized further this season. But I'm really glad that we got this episode that figured out what was going on with Yo-Yo. Not just that, though, but we had some familiar faces return, with Jiaying returning, us going back to Afterlife, which was really, really nice. But not just that, we saw Gordon as well, who was also in Season 2. So, yeah, and not just that, but we also found out that Daisy has a sister in Cora, who has suddenly aligned herself with Nathaniel. So after some big persuasion, I mean, you felt so bad for Cora, especially because, like, she was a burden in her eyes. She was a burden to everyone. She had this uncontrollable power, and I think Jiaying tried her best to help her as much as possible with the like the chance to try and help her harness her ability. But I mean, that was it. Like, she saw, like, she hoped for an opportunity to be able to take away her powers. And it's not because she wanted to do this out of malice, but she's always been about looking out for her people. And you're not going to just neglect that entirely, like your community, a haven for inhumans. You're not going to neglect the opportunity to um, you're not going to neglect their lives, so you have to look at every possibility. And if it comes down um, to removing someone's ability, then you might have to. So, I mean, it's kind of like My Hero Academia. I mean, this would be a more permanent solution, I guess. I mean, there is a permanent solution to that in My Hero Academia, anyways. But I mean, you have a teacher who basically prevents people um, from using their abilities, especially if it's in the case of it being too dangerous for the user. Um, but that's only a temporary measure. It's not something that can permanently take away their powers. That's another case, and that's a case we're not going to talk about. But at the end of the day, Jiaying wasn't doing this out of malice means. She was looking out for her people and looking out for Cora, if anything, because there's a lot of tension that's going on in her mind, and there's that heartache, and it would and she's only trying to give her a bit more of an easier time, because because others would start resenting her, especially with her uncontrollable powers. So this would be a bit. It would be a heartbreaking loss to lose out on that power, but it's better than it's a better solution. It's the best of a bad situation. So yeah. But yeah, Nathaniel showed up, and very persuasive, and now yeah, she's joined his ranks. So that's going to be a very, very interesting. Like, I feel like we're going to be now setting up a situation where Cora faces off against Daisy potentially. So yeah, because at first I thought it was going to be like Nathaniel versus Daisy, Quake versus Quake, but I feel like a sibling rivalry wouldn't go amiss, would it? So yeah, especially if she is super, super powerful. So we'll just have to wait and see what does happen there. But yeah, I also feel like Nathaniel's going to start extracting. He's going to go all Hydra and start ruthlessly extracting powers from people. So yeah, it's not like a case where Jiaying, where she would like it for Cora's sake, she would want to extract powers for someone's well-being or a community's well-being. It's agreed. So yeah, but yeah, Nathaniel, you just want him to die, but he's such a good villain at the end of the day as well. So yeah, but yeah, he's just a right bitch, and you just hate him, and you just hate the fact that he persuaded Cora. But that's it. She was on the verge of ending her own life, and Nathaniel gave her an opening, an opening that she could be accepted, because that's it. She felt pushed away. People feared her because of her abilities, and Nathaniel's come around saying, "Well, you don't have to fear. I'll accept you, etc." So, but yeah, it was really good to revisit Afterlife again. It was very nostalgic, and not just that, but pre-tortured Jying as well. So, um, yeah, it was really good to revisit past elements of Agents of Shield, and yeah, also a younger Gordon as well, which was just very very eerie as well. But yeah, it was really really good for her to be the source to helping out Yo-Yo, even if it wasn't directly. Um, for her to realize, like a few moments on, that she had to bounce forwards, not backwards, I guess, because now she no longer has, like, she can no longer zip back. She can literally be full speedster. So yeah, but yeah, it will be very interesting to see how that plays a part in future episodes this season. So yeah, I really, really liked it, but I also liked the interactions with May and Yo-Yo, especially as well in this episode. They have a good They have really good chemistry, and it was great for May to be there, as well as not just in terms of words of comfort, because Yo-Yo thought this was all on her with the time drive, not with her being basically centralized in order to fix the time drive, but also for Yo-Yo's past to be explored with May as well. For May to kind of crack what has been going on in terms of the guilt that Yo-Yo has been feeling with her empath ability. So yeah, it was really really good stuff. Speaking of which, we had a little note as well that May's powers were expanding as well. So that's like, it's no longer about touching an individual, like, it's within range as well. So I am very curious to see if that's going to expand further. So yeah, but we shall wait and see. um yeah, I really loved like Coulson. Of course, he of course is getting his, well, he's got his body back. What I loved about that bit, though, when they kind of reactivated Coulson, was that it was a parallel to the ending of season 6 or the beginning of season 7, where it was actually the same people. Simmons, Daisy, and Mac were there to greet an activated Coulson, and they were there to greet a reactivated Coulson, I guess. But what was different this time around was, whereas Daisy last time was so adamant on bringing Coulson back, it was Mac this time who was adamant on bringing him back, like, in, I wouldn't say the same rushing manner, but yeah, they took the initiative in bringing Coulson back. So I really liked that parallel as well. So yeah. There's a prosthetic as well for Sousa. That's, yeah, that is really adding plausibility to the fact that Sousa is actually going to be in the Avengers. That the cop that Enver played is actually going to be Sousa. Because now that he's got that prosthetic, that enhanced prosthetic, there's a lot of theories going around that he's going to be the cop that Enver played in the 2012 in the Avengers movie. And it's looking more and more likely that that's going to be the case. So it will be very interesting to see what does happen. Maybe that will be the next time frame they visit, because they are no longer like skipping and skipping, because that was the narrative for the ship in this episode, that they kept skipping, like, which I liked the analogy that they were like a skipping stone, but in time and space, like, well, time, yeah. So yeah, and of course the gaps were getting shorter and shorter. So I really like that narrative, but where they're going to be pulled remains next to, because Yo-Yo fixed the drive, but the ship, the Zephyr, still took off. So where they're heading next is remains to be seen. I kind of do have a theory, but I'm not sure because, of course, there's this idea that they can't meet because the Chromicons would know, and yeah, that kind of sets that pillar, that barricade, should I say, for Fitz to join the team. But I don't know. I just want to believe. I want to have Fitz be the one to bring the Zephyr to him, because Gemma left that message regarding the plausibility that they would be stuck in the 80s. And I feel like it will be episode 9 next week of 13, so I feel like we're just around the corner from seeing Fitz again. Like it's either this episode or it's either the next coming episode or the episode after is when we're finally going to see Fitz again. But I do that's currently a feeling that I'm probably wrong about, that Fitz pulled the Zephyr to him. So, but like I said, I could be completely wrong. But I do want to see them two again. I do want to see. I loved that moment. Like, Fitzsimmons crew, where we at? Because that video message, especially since it parallels so much to the Maviv message, was it was pretty emotional, because that was like our first kind of interaction. Like, of course, Simmons has spoken about Fitz previously this season, but this was like her offering something towards Fitz, so it was I was not ready to be attacked in the fields, but here we are. It was a very, very powerful moment, and a moment that, like I said, we need that spoonfulness of content, or Fitzsimmons content, because we haven't gotten much this season, so we will take it, people. But yeah, like, I'm probably wrong regarding the fact that Fitz pulled the Zephyr 1 to them. If the main worry is that they might get stuck in the 80s and there's no way to fix this, so that is, it's probably the 90s or the 2000s, maybe, who knows. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm just thinking about more possible returns for the show, like, because I am hoping to see Brett Dalton again. Like, have Ward sign off one more time, because he didn't appear in season 5 or 6, and he did appear, a version of himself did appear in season 4 with the Framework, and that was the last we saw of him. So I mean you could technically say the Hive manifestation, but that wasn't Brett Dalton like playing him, so yeah. But I do hope to see him again. We're either going to go to probably the 90s or the 2000s next, or Fitz has pulled the crew to him, should I say, to not just return, but also to kind of, in his eyes, try to fix the Zephyr, potentially. We'll just have to wait and see, but that's what I'm running with. I'm wrong. I'm 95% sure I'm wrong, but I'm rolling with this because because this is it. Every week I just have to keep believing that Fitz is going to appear. He's not, but I just got to keep believing. So yeah, I need Fitz. So yeah, but yeah, it was a solid episode. Like I said, it was really, really good. Deconstructing Yo-Yo's character and going back into her past, and how that murder of her uncle has kind of led her to freeze, because her zipping to get that necklace led to the uncle dying, so she had a lot of guilt there. But it was really good, like, just breaking down Yo-Yo's character and having a good insight regarding her mindset about how troubled it is, as well as her interacting with Yo-Yo, with May, should I say, as well as revisiting Afterlife as well. It was just really, really good stuff. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Media Feeds channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!